Thank you for joining me. It's Tracy HD, and I'm here to do our monthly tarot for 2015, February 2015, for the sign of Capricorn. So this is what's in store for February 2015, Capricorn, for your monthly tarot reading. And as I shuffle the deck, I ask all light beings, angels, and God, please relay the message to me so I may deliver it to our viewers for the highest good of all. For the beginning of the month, I'm going to take a card off the top for the beginning. For the middle, we're going to take a card out of the middle. And for the end, we will take the bottom, which is at the end of this deck. Okay, and these are beautiful cards from the Crystal Vision Tarot deck by Jennifer Galasso. The beginning of the month, we have here the King of Wands and his big lion. And it's a beautiful card. I see the color of red in this card being very, very prevalent. And to me, red is a sign of passion. It's a sign of power. It's a color of look at me. I'm forceful. And when you think of the choice of pets he has there, that's, that's the Lord of the Jungle. That's the king. You can't get more forceful than that. But the lion is sitting there very, very nicely by his side. This lion is not attacking anyone. He's sitting calmly right at the feet of the king. The king is very forceful. The lion is very forceful. And when you team these two up together here, basically what I'm thinking, well, it's a very creative and ambitious card. They're very bold together and dynamic, the two of these. The king, of course, of Wands is strong. He's a king, He didn't get there by being, meek. He's a very strong, self-willed person. He's assertive. And he's definitely somebody that you really don't want to go up against unless you're a very strong, powerful person yourself. And he has a lion with him. And that, of course, is a sign of fire and strength. And so is the red in the background. That's a sign of fire. It's a very strong color, red. It's passionate. It's, go-getter type of color. And basically, he is still charming. He's very lovable, this king. You could just tell he's cute. He's wearing a nice shirt here. And, oh, look around his neck. I almost didn't even notice that. He has a dragon. So it's not only the lion in the picture. He also has that dragon. And then he also has his crystal ball, too, there. The dragon and him have that crystal ball. And that's a symbol of inspiration and vision. To be gazing into the crystal ball. It's all about vision. That's a sign. Basically here, he's not very focused like most kings are. I would say the King of Wands. He's basically a fickle person. This person could represent either you or it could represent someone that you're involved with. This man, to me, he thinks a lot with his heart. He thinks an awful lot with his heart, more than you would think a king would. Usually when you think of a king, you think of somebody strict, strong, somebody very mental, somebody very, strong-willed. This one here, though, being a sign of Wands, he's fickle, and you have to do a lot to keep his attention, because after all, he is a king, so he does demand a lot. This person here, I would say he's strong. He's very charming and magnetic, but you got to watch. If this is you got to think with your head a little bit more in the beginning of the month. You're not exactly sure about what you want maybe in a relationship that you're having, and basically being that, February is the month for Valentine's Day, a lot of emotions run higher than they normally do. And this king being emotional the way it is and being very fickle, he's the kind of person that likes excitement. He likes the thrill of the chase, but once he starts getting bored with you, he's moving on to the next one. He's moving on to the next. The kings want to have dominance and power, and once he knows he can control you and he can overpower you, You know, when you're sitting at his feet like this lion, once you bend down to him and you're, you know, basically give your heart to this person, I don't know. I don't think that he is passionate enough to stay with one person. I think once he knows that he has, how could I say it, conquered you. I don't know if that's a good word or not, but once this person knows that they have conquered what they wanted and they've experienced all the excitement of what it is, they're moving on. They really aren't ready to settle down, in my mind. They want to experience a lot. So this may be you. You might not be ready to settle down. You may be just out there for the thrill of the chase. Or this may be someone you're involved with. It may be downright maddening where you want more of a relationship and this person is just for the fun and the excitement and they just, you know, they're just not ready to settle down right now. So it's interesting to see what the other cards are going to say for the rest of the month and how this is going to turn out, because the middle of the month, you have this, like I said, the beginning of the month, you have this fickle person here, which could be you, not sure of what your feelings are, or it could be someone in your life, somebody, your partner, your spouse. They're not exactly, you know, all into it. But then when we get to the middle of the month where we have the Four of Swords, you see this woman lying here and she's just in despair. She's just laying there in the, I mean, it's a beautiful picture though. It's snow. She has this gorgeous, gorgeous, here's that color of red again. Looks like there's a rose with rose petals. She has the Four of Swords. There's two by her side, one over here. She's still holding one in her hands. And this basically is a woman who's resting and just recharging herself. She's on a journey. She's, you know, she has a sword in hand. She's, you know, she's going forward. However, though, she has to take time. She's got to take a time out to relax and to rejuvenate herself before she could go forward. She's gone through a lot. I mean, evidently, she's come back from the battle. She's taking a nap after the fight was fought. I thought maybe she was taking a nap before she goes off in a battle, but no. She's basically gone through a lot. She's gone through a lot, possibly with this man here that won't settle down. He just wants the excitement of it all. He wants to conquer as many women as he can. And, you know, evidently she's had it with him. You know, maybe she found out that he's been with someone else and she thought that they were getting somewhere and she's just exhausted from the situation. I know I'd be exhausted with a man like that if I wanted more and I spent a lot of time and I really invested time and energy and hard work into the relationship, and to find out he's just fickle about it all, like I'd be insulted. But she's, you know, she's tried to stick it out with him. She's totally exhausted. She's just like laying there in the snow. You know, she needs time to heal. She needs to step back from the situation to know what she should do next. So, you know, if this is you, Capricorn, I know you're a very strong person. No matter what you set your mind to, you pay attention to the details. You're very hardworking. You're very intellectual. You will see things through. And believe me, you know, this woman here, she's been through battle. She's been through enough with this gentleman here. This is the smart thing to do. It's time, Capricorn, to take a little time out. Maybe the Valentine's Day didn't turn out quite the way you planned with him. You know, maybe he didn't deliver what he was supposed to deliver, and you're just feeling like I've put my whole heart and soul into this relationship, and this is all I get out of it. Take your time, think about it, ponder it. And then the next card, we'll see how the end of the month turns out. We have the card of Temperance. And Temperance is a beautiful woman. She has a chalice of fire and a chalice of water, and she's trying to balance out the two. She has one foot on the ground, on the earth, just like you earthy Capricorns. You always have your feet firmly planted on the ground. That's one thing I could say about you. You know how to reason things out and keep your cool. That's why you're chilling out. You're not going to overreact. You're not going to throw a fit. You're going to step back from the situation like Capricorns do, and you're going to analyze the details of it so you could plan what's going to be most effective to do next. And then you're sitting here and you're trying to balance out the two chalices there, and you have the water here which is your emotions, and you have the rocks here, which is, the earth. You have the water and then the earth. And you have all these beautiful butterflies flying around you. And basically, at the end of the month, you're just trying to keep yourself in balance because you're contemplating what to do. Your head's saying one thing, your heart's saying another. I would say the rocks here would be a symbolism where your foot is on the rocks, where you're still letting your head do a lot of thinking about this relationship. But yet you have your foot dipped in the water because you do have a romantic side of you. You do have emotions. You're not all business all the time. You are very loving. But you really got to balance out the two. You really got to still contemplate this. This is not a decision that should be made snap. And I know all you Capricorns out there never make snap decisions. My mom, is a Capricorn and she's a perfectionist. And, it may take her a while to complete something because she wants to make sure that all of the details are exactly what they should be. And believe me, she gets to her goal every time. It may take her a little while, but she does perfect work and she does make the right decisions. One thing I must say, she has very sound judgment. So basically, this card here at the end of the month is telling you to find the right balance between your heart and your head. You don't want to pour all this water on the fire and pour it out. You don't want to pour this, put this fire on the water and start to make it boil. You got to get a balance between the two of them. You can't, how could I say it? You got to basically keep your foot on dry land like she is in this card and, one foot in the water and try to make your head and your heart balance the emotions that you're feeling right now and make a decision that's going to be something that you've well thought out, something that you know that you could live with because you've been through a lot. This card here, she's been through a lot. She's exhausted. This card here, she's still trying to get over the situation. And just decide what's going to be best for you, but make sure that the decision you make is equally made with both your head and your heart. Because I know if you follow your heart, you're going to run back to him. But if you follow your head, you're going to say, you know what, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Why am I bothering? But you know what, tried and true Capricorns, you have a lot to offer the right person. You're sincere, you're honest, you give people your loyalty. I can't think of a more loyal sign than Capricorns. And you deserve the best. So think things through carefully at the end of the month. There's no reason to rush into a decision. If you've enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to my channel because there'll be many more. Take care.